Tonight, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida,
Bradley Pinion to kick off.
it's a special Friday edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to find Gallup here complete. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
A gain of 11 on the play.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
Prescott.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line.
3 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The
Ball tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second down, Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Buccaneers have it. 20. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
And I like what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
Brings up
a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3-yard line.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Ryan Sutton. Up on for the point after. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. It was Breeland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
Although the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen could operate
under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaquille Barrett, his second sack of the night. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now the toss to Jones, running right. And everyone on their assignment defensively there as he'll be taken down behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 46.
Intercepted by the Cowboys.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
A first down carry by Elliott. Oh, nice move. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Draw play, Elliott. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
3rd and long for Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Cowboys 3.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
From 27-yard line.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. He held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
9-yard line.
From the 29, Brady. He'll find Vaughn complete out of the backfield. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7. Cowboys 3.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards. In the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
4-yard line.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Normally, you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz. And detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run, making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle, no running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards.
Kickoff for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Elliott able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Ezekiel Elliott.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down. Much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth, because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys.
learn for these games.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Ooh, with a juke. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
8 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Rolling to his left. He'll try and run it. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the 1st.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
He's tackled.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Elliott. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
What's the deal, y'all?
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They'll try to throw now. Prescott connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
3rd down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Killing off there.
Oh, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Off the play fake, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Blake Jarwin there to make the grab. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
They're on the 31-yard line.
The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense. Second quarter here, he has only one catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. Back to throw now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week one, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Chris Godwin.
He was looking for Chris Godwin that time, but now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
That's complete to his running back, Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Mike Evans, 42 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
It's good, and it's 21-10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Pinion to kick off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help. And I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. from the red zone now. Prescott, this to Jarwin. And the ball is knocked out. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
21. Cowboys 13.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And they'll get him down inside the 30. 30 it to 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
He was brought down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
yardage. Okay.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive interception, this drive the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now.
The kickoff for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
For 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
The scoreboard tells the story for him a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to run forward with Pollard. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. sure as a rookie, even though this is preseason, Charles, interceptions, you got to eat at you quite a bit.
They certainly do, but here's the problem that he's confronted with. He's not the high draft pick. He's not seen as the next guy. He's got to prove himself to everyone and get noticed. So maybe instead of taking the safer throw, you press it a little bit. Try and push it downfield, try and fit into a tight window, and sometimes interceptions result.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask.
Automatic
Any
first down.
part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Hess. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. Throwing again. Hess. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like bats, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
On the play.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to him, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
And that was throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now the second down throw on target. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14. 12 yards there and a first down.
12. First down, Cowboys.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the draw, it's Pollard. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hess, he rifles one that's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
The 3rd down.
Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Taken down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
At the 45.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
The ball carrier.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking it in from 2 yards out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Suck up for the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
13. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
To throw on second down. Hess, he's going to take off with it. Space to maneuver at the 40. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Turner.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down, Dallas.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Quarterback sack. A loss of 5 yards. It's 3rd.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hess. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
For Malik Turner, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team,
They've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Turner. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
13-yard line.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run with Pollard. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Operating from the gun. Hess, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
The quarterback set. A fumble on the play.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Back now comes Tampa Bay, and they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Quick pass out to Miller. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw here. He sets up the screen to Jones. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. That's out to the left and complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Now it looks like he'll throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I
like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
The pass. Forced to the ground. And
oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today. But based on the last 2 play calls we just witnessed, the word conservative is not in their playbook. Incomplete, and then they decide to throw deep from this point on the field. That's a team that's really getting after it.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It's fielded at the 45. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to win.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point try now for Succo. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Flushed out right.
The quarterback on the scramble.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hess, he's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A little juke. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.